Ado. Thank you for watching Game Rating Review. My name is Jean-Marc, and today I'll be talking about Shadow of the Colossus, my experiences with it, the new game that is coming out, and everything Shadow of the Colossus. So, Shadow of the Colossus was released today, on February 6th. This is actually the third or second remake of this game, but the third time it is being released. And I have kind of a long history with this game, and I would like to talk about that. Way back in 2005, I don't think I was doing great at the time. I can't specifically pin down at what point of... I know what point of my life was, but I don't know what I was doing at that point. I just remember being very not happy with the way my life was going and the direction that it had taken at the time. And I remember thinking, like, you know, nothing crazy, but I remember thinking I was, like, at a real low point in my life in 2005. Thinking back on it, at least, I remember being at a down point. I remember it was cold and it was Christmas, and my brothers got together and got me a game for Christmas. And they got me Shadow of the Colossus. And I was like, yes! I couldn't wait to play this game. And I remember it was cold. I remember they gave it to me and I just couldn't wait to play it. I ran in my room, turned it on, and just everything just amazed me. The opening scene and getting my horse and then going into the first Colossus and figuring out the controls, which is part of the game at the time, was figuring out the controls. And when I first saw the first Colossus, and then the music starts to swell and the orchestra starts playing, and it was like a magical feeling at the time. I remember thinking that this was amazing, and it really was helping me, actually. The more I think about it in my older age, thinking back to when I was younger, it really helped me through like a bad time in my life. And defeating those Colossus were very... it was very important to me. I had no idea I felt this way until I started reminiscing, actually. I didn't start this video thinking I was going to get emotional at all. Because, yes, I knew this game was important. Yes, I freaked out when the second one came out, but I didn't, or the second time it came out. But, oh, man. And that's why I was so excited about Trico and when that came out. And it was okay. It wasn't as good as Ico or Shadow of the Colossus, but it was good. And just every Colossus I beat, I felt like I accomplished something, where at the time that the game was made and I was playing it, I felt like I had accomplished nothing, and that I was like a failure. And it really helped me like feel like myself again, feel like I can accomplish things. And it's just a video game, but it really did help in even a subconscious way, if I knew it or not. It was actually helping me because it was so epic, and everything you did had weight and gravity to it, and it really felt like it was important. So yeah, I had no idea I was so attached to this game. Then I went out to try to find Ico somewhere, and we could not find it. I looked everywhere for Ico. Instead, I found Katamari Damacy, which I read was a great game, and that was great. I found that game, and it was awesome, and I got to play it, and it was one of the best games I ever played as well. But I remember playing Ico, but I think I borrowed it from someone, and that too blew my mind. Nothing will beat the experience I had with Shadow of the Colossus and how it really helped me. And then when I played it the second time, I was like a lot more invested in the story, and I was a lot more invested in the characters than I was even the first time. The first time, my goal was just to defeat those Colossus and fill that, I guess, void I had in my life, or fill that like self-worth, I guess. So the second time, it was more about the characters and the story and what were going on. And then I was able to play Ico again, which played different. And I even thought the story seemed different, but Ico is a great game. So now that it's coming out again, I'm very excited. Part of the reason I'm not running out to get it is I just bought Monster Hunter World. I will play it again now that I have this realization of self-worth that I was looking for when I was younger. I might hold up because I'm afraid I'll start bawling my eyes out. I had no idea this meant so much. I literally am discovering this on camera with you now, that this really meant a lot to me. And I really needed it. And I knew video games meant a lot. I didn't know they meant this much. You know, I knew that they were an escape from like my life. Not that my life was so bad. Yes, I grew up extremely poor. You know, my dad didn't make a lot of money. My mom worked sometimes, but she had to raise 12 kids. And it was fine. I mean, we sometimes got in fights, but that's the worst of it, was us not getting along with each other. All the siblings, and even with our parents. And if that's the worst, then I'm actually blessed and very happy that I grew up without that much money, because it gave me a unique perspective on life. Maybe a little bit harsh on people with too much money, even upper middle class people. I grew to dislike, even though that's what everyone's kind of shooting for. If you can hit that upper middle class, you're good. You get the house, get the car, you're good. But I was like, man, you don't know that, you know. And they don't know what they have. I gained perspective on like trying not to be superficial and trying not to care whether, even though, you know, it happens, you know, you care what other people think, you get insecure. But insecurities aside, I was like, I never want to be looking in the mirror for too long or worry about what car I'm driving or what clothes I'm wearing. I just care about how I feel and how I make other people feel. And I felt that a lot, but at the time this game came out, I was really not liking myself or where I was at, and it really helped. I've been repeating that a lot, but yeah, I was gonna, do this vlog about how excited I was. I had no idea this would happen. I would suggest you play this game. I highly suggest that you play it. It's so epic and large, and it's great. It's one of my favorite games ever made, just because how epic and in scope that it is, in story and in characters and in the villains. And there's a reason PlayStation keeps remaking this, and there's a reason that so many people love it. And not everyone loved this game. It's almost a niche game, but since so many people have the PS4 now, it's beating sales numbers. It's catching up to the PS2. It's not quite there yet. It's not doing Switch numbers either, but it's getting there. I think you should play it. I'm giving it a resounding recommend. Don't be too harsh on the controls. I know they changed it for this one, and that's good. But I cannot wait to play it again. I'm a little scared too. I'm not sure what my reaction will be. And I'm kind of glad I got Monster Hunter World. This is really fun, and I'm enjoying it. But nothing will beat Shadow of the Colossus. And thanks for letting me vent about my past. Please hit the like, subscribe if you like what you see. My name is Jean-Marc. Thank you for watching Game Rating Review Vlog. And that's my opinion on Shadow of the Colossus.